This is the story of Niccolò Machiavelli, the scared kid who solved power. He wrote principles so powerful they shaped the course of history. Niccolò was born in 1469 into Renaissance Florence. His family wasn't wealthy, but educated, and in the corner of their home sat a quiet superpower, a private library filled with Roman classics. While other kids played outside, Niccolò read Livy, Tacitus, Cicero, history, rhetoric, Latin. Have you ever known a kid who never leaves the house? Quiet, watches everything, doesn't say much. Yeah, we all know them. Now drop that kid into a city ripping itself apart. Because Florence in the 1480s, it was chaos, wars, invasions, governments collapsing every other year. And then in 1494, things got worse. The powerful Medici were overthrown. A radical monk named Savonarola took power. He banned music, burned books, and ruled through fear. Florence became a religious dictatorship. By 1498, Savonarola had pushed too far. He criticized the Pope himself. As a consequence, he got excommunicated, then publicly executed in Florence's main square. His brutal regime backfired hard. Right after Savonarola's fall, the Florentine Republic was reorganized. The city needed new administrators, people with brains, not just bloodlines. And Machiavelli was a perfect fit. He was smart, educated in Latin and political history, he was loyal to the new republic, not the Medici, and he had no noble title, meaning he was seen as neutral, not threatening. He started as a low-level scribe, but just months later, he was appointed second chancellor of the Florentine Republic. This wasn't just paperwork. He was now in charge of diplomacy, military affairs, and foreign negotiations. And that meant one thing. He was now face to face with some of the most powerful figures of his time. Cesare Borgia, the ruthless son of Pope Alexander VI, Pope Julius II, the warrior pope, King Louis XII of France. Machiavelli was still that scared kid, always scanning for danger. So he did what he always did. He studied them closely. He hated mercenaries, men who fought for money, not loyalty. So he pushed for a citizen army. Sounded like a good idea, right? Nah, his militia was like a neighborhood watch, going up against professional gangs. Outgunned, outnumbered. It sounded noble, but it completely failed. Courage doesn't always beat chaos. Florence lost, and Machiavelli took the blame. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes, but this wasn't the real problem. On a casual office day in 1512, Machiavelli checked his letters, grabbed a coffee, and read the news. The return of the Medici family? With the help of Spanish troops, the Medici invaded Florence, and the Republican government couldn't hold. After 18 years of exile, they restored their dynasty and punished anyone linked to the old republic. 2 days later, he found himself strapped on a rack. Machiavelli was accused of conspiracy, imprisoned, tortured. Eventually, he was released. He retreated to his small farm in Sant'Andrea in Percusina, outside of Florence. He wrote in a letter, "I'm rotting away, and if I were to write, it would be nonsense. At age 44, life is boring. By day, he plays dice with farmers, accompanied with cheap wine." Florence had moved on. He missed it. The feeling that important people might be spying on him. But at this point, Machiavelli had nothing to lose, and a lot of free time. That's when he starts writing. It was dedicated to Lorenzo de' Medici, an attempt to win favor, yes. He wrote The Prince. A masterpiece of brutal realism. Fear is more reliable than love. Morality is optional. Appearance matters more than truth. A prince must learn how not to be good. Power has its own laws, and Machiavelli captured them all. The dedication was flattering, strategic, bold. It was brilliant. Classic Machiavelli. This was his final play. A last shot at relevance. But was it successful? Machiavelli waited. Days passed, weeks, months, even years. No reply, no comment. He died in 1527 at age 58. No monuments, no honors, just a quiet grave in Florence. With The Prince wasn't even published until 5 years after his death. The book, it soon became immortal. In the end, that's how he won. Because when one scared kid solves power, the whole world learns to be afraid.